Imagine escaping a humiliating defeat by the skin of your teeth, only to be saved by a controversial call in the final seconds. That's exactly what happened to the CSU Rams last Saturday against Northern Colorado, a team with just 2 wins since 2023. But here's where it gets even more unsettling. Colorado State coach Jay Norvell wasn't relieved. He was disappointed. And this is the part most people miss. The Rams' near disaster wasn't just a fluke. It's a glaring red flag for a team that was supposed to be on the rise. Norvell didn't mince words after the 21-17 nail-biter. "We're capable of playing a lot better," he said, his frustration palpable. Just a week earlier, the Rams had shown promise in a 38-21 loss to Washington, a Big Ten powerhouse. They entered the fourth quarter tied, proving they could compete with the best. But against Northern Colorado, they looked like a shadow of themselves. And the goodwill earned in Seattle vanished in a single embarrassing performance. "We're just very fortunate the ball bounced our way," Norvell admitted, "but luck won't carry them through the season." This week in Fort Collins, the Rams are soul-searching, dissecting every penalty, turnover, and offensive misstep. And this is where it gets controversial. Quarterback Braden Fowler-Nicolosi, once a rising star, is now under fire. Norvell didn't hold back, criticizing his starters' focus, execution, and fundamentals. Fowler-Nicolosi's stats against Northern Colorado: 13 for 25 passing, 132 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception, pale in comparison to his 462-yard performance against Utah Tech in 2023. The question now, has he plateaued, or is this a fixable slump? The Rams have a bye week to figure it out, but the clock is ticking. Backup quarterback Jackson Brousseau is getting reps with the first team, and Norvell isn't ruling out a change. "Everybody's got to continue to improve," he said. But if the Rams don't turn things around soon, Norvell's job could be on the line. "This is a game we could really learn a lot from without losing," he added. "Let's hope they do, because another performance like that, and they might not be so lucky." Now let's shift gears to this weekend's must-watch games. Georgia Tech versus number 12 Clemson kicks things off at 10 a.m. on ESPN. After Haynes King and the Yellow Jackets stunned Boulder 2 weeks ago, can they do it again against Clemson? The Tigers, still reeling from a shaky start, need a win to prove their national championship material. King's pick, Georgia Tech plus 2.5. At 1:30 p.m. on ABC, number 15 Tennessee versus number 6 Georgia promises fireworks. This early season SEC showdown could determine conference and national title contenders. Will Georgia's Gunnar Stockton or Tennessee's Joey Aguilar rise to the occasion? King's pick, Tennessee plus 3.5. 5 Miami versus number 1. 18 South Florida at 2:30 p.m. on the CW is the ultimate underdog story. If the Bulls knock off Miami, they'll have a legitimate claim to the number 1 spot. But Miami's home field advantage and Week 1 win over Notre Dame make this a tough ask. King's pick, South Florida plus 17.5. Number 3 LSU versus Florida at 5:30 p.m. on ABC is a must-win for Gators coach Billy Napier. After a disappointing 2024 and a loss to South Florida, he's on thin ice. But beating LSU in Death Valley? Easier said than done. King's pick, LSU minus 7.5. Finally, number 8 Notre Dame versus number 16 Texas A&M at 5:30 p.m. on NBC, Peacock, could make or break the Fighting Irish's playoff hopes. Starting 0-2 would be disastrous, but Texas A&M's Marcel Reed isn't making it easy. King's pick, Texas A&M plus 6.5. Speaking of standouts, let's talk Heisman contenders. John Mateer, Oklahoma, is proving the doubters wrong, while Sawyer Robertson, Baylor, is making a case for the NFL Draft's top pick. Luke Altmaier, Illinois, and Dante Moore, Oregon, are Big Ten powerhouses, and Byron Brown, South Florida, is leading one of the season's best stories. Who's your pick? Here's the real question. Can the CSU Rams rebound, or is this the beginning of the end for Norvell? And are we underestimating South Florida's Cinderella story? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments.